Namaste, namaste, and welcome to this Monday morning chair yoga. This is week 3 of our term, and today we are changing our focus from just being about the base chakra into being about the sacral chakra as well, taking us from the earth element towards the water element. But today's practice is a marriage of both. And as I'm fond of saying, there is no yoga practice where there is only just one element used or one chakra used. So energetically, yoga is quite balanced. Today, we are going to use a little block during our practice. So if you have one handy, that is great. And we'll begin just with a simple centering practice. So coming to sitting at the front of your seat, organizing your spine upright, resting your hands wherever they're comfortable, and just gently taking this moment to arrive in your time and space for practice. Perhaps you do that with your eyes closed. Perhaps you just gaze gently downward. Feel how your body is feeling in this moment. Note all the areas of aches and pains and stiffness and tension. Those parts of the body are usually quite vocal. They're letting us know that they are there. And so listening to those parts of the body and adapting your practice so that you're practicing with compassion throughout this session. Notice at least one part of the body that feels peaceful, spacious, and at ease. Allow that sense of ease to ripple out from wherever it's centered. Maybe allowing you to soften a little bit of tension from other parts of the body. Notice your breath in this moment, your natural, spontaneous breath. Notice the pattern, the rhythm, the smoothness of your breath. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to breathe a little longer, a little deeper, if that feels okay. Focus on that sensation of filling the lungs. Breathing deep down into the lungs and drawing that breath into the sides of the body, the chest, the upper back. And then softly and slowly exhaling fully, completely, maybe drawing the belly muscles inwards and upwards, engaging your navel to exhale completely. Soft in the belly to breathe deeply in. Let that breath start at the bottom of the lungs and grow the body tall as it fills every space. And exhaling slowly, steadily, engaging your navel to exhale completely. A few more of these long, deep breaths, filling the body with prana, energy for our practice, and exchanging larger portions of air from the lungs so we get much more sense of vitality from every breath. At the end of your next exhalation, simply allowing your breath to fall into its natural rhythm and quietness again, drawing your chin towards your chest, not forcing the head down, just wherever it naturally goes with gravity. And from here, rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder, and the chin back towards the chest, and left ear to left shoulder, and chin to chest, moving from side to side. Feeling your way Noticing the sensations in the body as you move. Maybe it feels good to lift the chin slightly. Maybe your movement is smaller, it's okay. Just going where the body feels really comfortable. And we'll do one more to each side. As your chin comes towards your chest, just resting there for a moment, giving yourself a gentle smile, and then raising your head, maybe opening your eyes if they've been closed, bottom teeth over top teeth. We're lifting the chin forward and up, opening the space down the front of the throat, top of the chest, and then gently releasing back to center. Relax your jaw, give your shoulders a little bit of a wriggle. Very nice. Very good. So we are going to come to doing some more pronounced shoulder rolls with our fingertips towards the chest. So it doesn't matter if they don't reach the chest or the shoulders, but in that general direction. Make your arms half the length by bending at the elbows, and then making these big circles going in any direction you choose. Now, as we move the arms in circles, it might become a little bit easier with a few rotations. You might feel that you can add some movement, make those circles a little fuller to bring the elbows towards each other and the shoulder blades towards each other as you roll through the circle. Or it might stay nice and small out here at the sides. Do whatever is comfortable for your body. We're going to roll in the opposite direction as well. We try to remember that the rest of the spine moves sometimes as our shoulders move. So if it feels right to allow your chin to come down a little as the elbows come down, your chin to come up a little as the elbows come up, then just allowing that movement to naturally happen. Let's do one more in this direction. And then resting the hands down, arms by the side, giving yourself any more wriggles and jiggles that you need. So before we come to standing on our feet, we're going to prepare the feet by doing a little bit of wriggling of our own at that end of the body too. So wriggling the toes as much as feels comfortable, and then lifting all the toes up, spreading them out, and releasing them all down to the mat. And we're going to do that several times. This time we'll scrunch them first. So we're going to scrunch the toes up on the mat, then lift the toes up, spread them out, and place all the toes down. Scrunch them up, lift them out, lift them up, spread them out, and release them down. Let's do one more. Maybe I'll remember the instructions. Scrunch them, lift and spread, release down. Very nice. And we can roll from the inside to the outside edge of the foot. And you might find that your knees are rolling in and out as you take your awareness to the inside edge and the outside edge of the foot. We can lift the outside edge of the foot off the floor as we roll towards the inside and vice versa. And then try doing this with just the feet. So the knees are pretty static, and it's just the movement of the foot at the ankle, the action of the muscles in the low legs that helps us to do that. Very good. Let's do one more of these. And then we're going to bring our buttocks to sit slightly further back if it's helpful. And we can lift both toes up and lift both heels up. And once we've done a few of these with both feet doing the same thing, do a little bit of brain gym and see if you can do opposite sides. One heel lifted, the other toe lifted, and swapping sides. And it's okay if this feels one coordination too many, just to go back to doing both at the same time. The action is exactly the same. It's just a little bit of what's called cross crawl, where you use the different sides of the body differently. It makes the two hemispheres of the brain talk to each other across their links, which I can never remember the name of, But it's very useful for us to maintain our cognitive function, which is what we're all about. When you're ready, bringing both feet to rest on the floor, we're going to slide ourselves back in our seats so that we can free our feet from the floor and just give them a little wriggle and a jiggle. So I like to do this sort of circling action. It begins to lubricate the knees. It's not like a big bend and stretch of the legs going in the opposite direction as well, but you might just do a backwards and forwards swinging or a side to side swinging as you choose, whatever works for you. When you're ready, you can bring your feet back to stillness, and then we'll do some proper extending one side and then the other. One side and then the other is a little bit easier than doing both at the same time, but if you feel better doing both at the same time, you can. If you need to, you can hold onto your chair back, firm your belly muscles, and just really focus on giving your body a little bit of support with using that chair behind you as well. Very good. And then we're going to rest our feet down, just slide forward on the seat and prepare for our sit to stands. So here we need enough of our bodies on the seat that we are confident where we come back to. So we want to press into the feet underneath the knees, nice and firm across the belly, and just hover the buttocks and then release down. So we're hovering up and lightly resting down. Up and down, taking the weight into the thighs a little bit, taking the effort, sorry, into the thighs a little bit. One more. Hover up and down. And then we can come all the way up to standing, but we're going to do that hover again. So again, establishing nice firm seat, nice firm feet, nice firm belly muscles, hover, and then pressing into the legs to stand all the way tall. At the top of the movement, maybe your hips slide gently forward if it feels good for your back. You might open your arms nice and wide, and then we come back the way, reaching the hands forward as the tailbone reaches back, lightly touching down. And the more we develop our strength, the more control we have of that. And that helps us to remain able to get in and out of chairs with ease, which is a really important skill as we journey through life. So firm feet, firm belly muscles, hover, stand all the way tall. And as you come back the way, reaching the hands forward and the tailbone backwards at the same time to sit lightly down. Let's do three more rather. Standing all the way up, releasing all the way down. If you're not confident, remember you can always look, just make sure that seat is there. And for those who have their chairs on a floor that might be a bit slidey, put your chair right up against a wall so it can't move away from you as you sit down. This time we're going to stand all the way up and stay standing up. Oh, lovely job. Let's shake out those legs. And I'm moving my chair because I have a limited amount of space, but you guys can leave your chair in situ and simply work around it. As we stand up, you can always hold onto your chair or a wall or sofa at any stage for support. We're going to take the feet nice and wide, and today we're just going to lift one heel off the floor and then the other, allowing the weight to come from side to side. So I had exaggerated that for effect. You actually don't need to do that. You could just lift one heel and then the other, be nice and centered, nice and firm across the belly muscles. And when you're ready, bringing both feet to really find firmness in the floor. And when you feel strong and steady and stable here, firm across the belly, we are gently twisting from side to side. So I say firm across the belly a lot, and I mean that sensation of drawing your navel towards your spine, that slight lift in and up. But it's not absolutely everything you can do. It's just enough to feel that your muscles are active and engaged. And some movements require more engagement than others. Here, we're doing it because we want to provide stability to the low back and the interaction of the spine and the pelvis by encouraging that centered strength of what's loosely called the core muscles. Here we're allowing our shoulders to relax though, and the arms relax as we turn from side to side. And then for those who wish to, you might pivot on your toes a little. So that is something that reduces our stability against the floor. And so it's not for everybody, but if it works for you, then you can do that. You might need a little bit of extra core working, those tummy muscles working. You might slow your movement down so you have time to feel like you're lifting one heel and then the other. And if you wish to, if you're practiced, you might add a bend in the knees, a bounce, and then pivot and twist. Bounce, pivot and twist. You can touch the opposite shoulder in front of you, opposite hip behind you, and you might even tap the body a little more firmly to stimulate that sense of vitality. And if you wish to, you can go a little bit quicker, or you can keep it nice and slow. Just not losing contact with those belly muscles, feeling the whole body warming up for our practice. When you're ready, just releasing the bounce, simply pivoting, bringing the feet to steadiness and swaying back to center. And you come back to center, rolling the shoulders a few times again, maybe allowing your head to move with the shoulders, just as they did when we did our elbow rolls sitting down. Organizing yourself for a little forwards and backwards movement. We're going to do a little sideways movement as well. So again, anytime you need to, just holding on. You can even do these sitting down if you like. We're going to reach the arms nice and wide to open the chest, and then bring the arms towards each other, maybe even wrap around the body and bring the chin towards the chest. And we have this sort of rounded, folded, hunched shape. And then we're breathing in to stand tall and open the arms wide. Breathing out to wrap the arms around the body, chin towards chest, tucking the tailbone under, finding length in the back of the body. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to round. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to round. Let's do one more of these. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to round. And then as you breathe in, standing nice and tall and just floating the arms down to the side. Now in yoga, we most often breathe in this direction, where we open the front of the body as we breathe in and we round through the spine as we breathe out. But it is okay to breathe in the opposite direction. And this week I'm recording a small practice of reverse breathing for my mat yogis who wanted to explore this on their own but find it difficult to do without instruction because we're so conditioned to breathe in the opposite way. And as in all things, if we can find balance in our practice, then we find balance in other aspects of our lives, physical, mental, emotional, which is lovely. Okay, so today we're doing something called the Earth Salute. So like the Sun Salute, but for the Earth, and we're adding an element of water into it because we're going to breathe as we move, and we're going to add some extra postures to it. So today I'm going to take a block and put it right up against my seat. So if I was to stand here and take chair pose, which I will do at some point, I can put my foot up on the block, no problem at all. So the block is wide enough that I don't need to change it from side to side. I can use it with either foot, and that is where it's going to be. So our Earth Salute is a straightforward set of postures that can be done standing up for the first, standing up or sitting down for the first few. I will demonstrate it standing up, but if you wish to sit down at any stage, you can. So our first set of postures is to have the feet a comfortable distance apart and find Tadasana, sitting or standing, reaching the fingertips down and the crown of the head up. Here we take a deep breath in and out to start. And then as you breathe in, taking the arms around the body and up, doesn't matter where up is. As you breathe out, palms together at the center of the chest. We'll do one more like that. Breathing in to take the arms around the body. Breathing out to bring the palms together at the center of the chest. Then we're going to breathe in as we reach the arms straight up, and imagine we're holding an enormous beach ball. So not narrow arms, but wide arms. Breathing out as we bring the shoulders down. We're going to breathe in, leaning over to the left side by reaching the right arm up. Breathing out back to the center. Breathe in, lean over to the right by lifting the left arm up. And breathing out back to the center. Let's do that one more time to each side. Breathing in as we lean over to the left. Breathing out back to center. Breathing in over to the right. Breathing out back to the center. Nice firm belly muscles all of the time. And now we twist. We're going to twist to the left. And as we twist to the left, the arms are going to come down to about chest height. And we're going to breathe out back to the center. And then we're going to breathe in, twist to the right as we lengthen the arms out to about chest height and breathe out back to center. We can do that one more time to each side as well. Breathing in as we twist, maybe softening the knees. Breathing out back to the center. Breathing in as we twist to the right. And breathing out back to the center. And then we breathe in to lift the chest and breathe out to bend the knees to find chair pose. And we're going to bring the palms down to the center of the chest as we do chair. And in chair pose, if I turn this way, you can see better. We just have the knees a little bit bent as if we were about to sit down in a chair, but we don't get far enough forward to bend forward, far enough down, sorry, to bend forward. We're still nice and upright. And then we finish by breathing in to stand tall. We can reach the arms wide at the same time and breathing out just to finish with the hands together at the center of the chest in our Tadasana alignment, our position rather, with the feet. So I will demonstrate that one more time, but this time sitting down so that you can see. Hope that works with the block. Yes. So you can see what it looks like from sitting down. And of course, there's no chair pose. There's just a centered end to the practice. So we start by sitting. We want the feet to be pressing down into the floor to sit nice and upright. Arms down by the side, rolling the shoulders up, back and down, lengthening through the crown of the head, but lifting in the belly muscles, keeping them engaged. We take a deep breath in and out. And then breathing in, take the arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together at the center of the chest. Breathing in, arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together, center of the chest. From here, we breathe in, reach the arms out and up. Breathing out, shoulders down, like you have an enormous beach ball. Breathe in as you lean over to your left by reaching the right arm over. Breathing out back to the center. Breathing in over to the right. Breathing out back to center. If it's too much to have your arms up, bring them back to the chest. Breathing in to lean over to the left first. Breathing out back to the center. Breathing in to lean over to the right. Breathing out back to the center. If you're doing the twist with the arms up, you breathe in as you twist to your left, just taking the arms down to about chest height, reaching the left hand back and the right hand forward, and breathing out back to the center. Or you can do this with the hands at the center of the chest, breathing in as you twist to the right, and breathing out back to the center. Whichever one you choose, doing one more, breathing in, breathing out to twist back to center, breathing in, twist to the right, breathing out, twist back to center. We breathe in to open the chest. And if you're sitting, you breathe out and bring the hands down to the center of the chest. And we hold our chair pose, pressing into the feet, lifting the crown of the head tall. And then just finishing by breathing in, reaching the arms up, and breathing out, hands back to Namaste or down by the side if you prefer. So, chair variation and a standing variation. And this is the first part of our practice. And if you wish to maintain a seated pose, you can stay doing that first part of the practice and any other movements that feel good to your body. But our next bit of the practice, we're going to add on to that to use the legs a little bit. So if you're sitting, just stay sitting. Enjoy some movements that feel good to you. And if you're standing, you can join in. So once we have come to chair pose, I'm just going to show you what we will do this time. So once we come to chair pose, we're going to place the hands onto our chair with the knees a little bit bent, feet wide enough to feel nice and secure. And we're going to lift the left leg up onto the block. So we maintain chair pose on the right side and then take the foot back down to the floor and then lift the right leg onto the block. And we're going to do this once more to each side. Hopefully your block doesn't shimmer around like mine does. So lifting the left and then lifting the right. And then we're going to come back to the center and take a little chair-based downward facing dog. So why don't we do that? And we'll add a little bit more on once we've finished our chair-based down dog. So facing your chair back, if you're doing it standing, we're going to stand tall in Tadasana, reach the fingertips down, the crown of the head up. Try and think about engaging those belly muscles and keeping them engaged. We breathe in to take the arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together at the center of the chest. Breathing in, take the arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together, center of the chest. Breathe in as you reach straight up, arms nice and wide. Breathing out, shoulders down. Breathing in, leaning over to the left. Breathing out, back to the center. You can always do this with one hand on the chair. Breathing out over to the right. Breathing out, back to the center. One more time to each side. Breathing in, over to the left. Breathing out, back to the center. Breathing in, over to the right. Breathing out, back to center. Breathing in as you twist to the left. Remember, your right hand can touch the chair. Breathing out, back to the center. Breathing in, twist to the right. Breathing out, back to the center. Let's do one more to each side. Breathing in to twist. Breathing out to return. Breathing in to twist to the right. Breathing out to return. Breathe in to stand really tall, opening the chest. And as you breathe out, bending your knees, and we are going to bring our hands down to the chair back. And here in chair pose, it's useful to move the hips backwards and forwards, a little wriggle, to find where feels like the neutral right spot for you. We want to stay upright if we can and not lean forward too much. But if leaning forward feels like it's the right position for you, I'm not going to argue with you. Nice and firm in the belly. We're going to firm our right foot into the floor, lift the left heel a little bit, maybe come onto the tips of the toes. If it feels right, you can step your left foot onto that block ahead of you. Not really putting weight into that left foot, we've just moved it. And then we're going to place the left foot back to the floor. Re-establish your chair in the center, both feet, and then transfer your weight onto the left foot to lift the right heel. Come onto the tips of the right toes. Excuse me, place the right foot on the block in front of you, just for a moment, and then place that foot back to the floor. Let's do the same thing to this, one more time to each side. So firm in the belly, lifting the left heel onto the left toes. Maybe the left foot comes up to the block, and then back to the center, both feet on the floor, feel strong and steady before you then take your weight onto your left foot, lifting the right heel onto the right toes, right foot onto the block, and then back to the center. And then here in the center, we're going to straighten the legs, hands on the seat, walk your feet back so that you can take your chair-based down dog. Nice soft knees, your hips are behind the feet, and just a little sway of the hips from side to side if that feels comfortable here. Or maybe a bend and a stretch of the leg. So lengthening one leg and then the other, maybe looking under one arm and then the other as you choose. When you're ready, you can walk your feet forward to where we have had our chair pose. We do chair pose again. So we're bending the knees, and this time we're going to take the weight onto the right foot, float the left foot up onto our block, and then we're going to try lifting that knee. So pressing into the right foot, lift your left knee up in front of you, and then take the foot down to the block, take the foot down to the floor. Chair pose in the middle, both feet on the floor, nice and firm in the belly. Weight onto the left foot, lift the right heel onto the right toes, right foot onto the block. Make sure it feels strong and steady, maybe both hands. And then lifting the right knee up if you can, right foot down, and then back onto both feet. One more time to each side, I'm so sorry. Right foot on the floor, lifting the left heel, left foot to the block, left knee in the air, foot to the block, foot to the floor, both feet. And then right side, right heel, right foot on the block, right knee in the air, right foot on the block, right foot on the floor. Straighten your legs. Excuse me. Let me grab this glass of water. And we're going to take our chair-based down dog again. So walking the feet back, soft in the knees, letting the hips extend behind the heels. Thinking about pressing down into the hands so you're really firm through the belly muscles and through the space in the upper back. Maybe turning the head from side to side, wiggling the legs or wiggling the hips. When you're ready, pressing into the hands to walk the feet forward, and we'll take our chair pose one more time. So softening the knees so you come into chair pose, nice and upright, firm in the belly. This time, we'll take the weight onto the right foot to lift the left heel, lift the left foot onto the block, lift the left knee up, and then step that foot back behind you to place the left toes on the floor. So here we're in a high lunge position, still using the support of the chair, still firm in the belly, and we'll come back the way we came. So we take the weight onto the right foot again to free the left foot from the floor. Bring the left knee forwards first if you can. Left foot to the block, left foot to the floor. Stand tall in between just to give that right leg a little bit of relief. And then chair pose. Right heel comes up, right foot on the block, right knee lifted. From here, stepping that right foot back. So you lean slightly forward to counter, toes on the floor. You're in a high lunge position. And then from here, nice and firm in the belly, draw the right knee forward. Left knee is always bent. Right foot on the block, right foot on the floor. Chair pose, stretch the legs, and then bend the knees. One more time to each side with the option of taking warrior one when your foot is back if you'd like to. So from chair pose, weight on your right leg, lift the left heel, left foot on the block, left knee in the air, and then from here, nice and firm in the belly to reach the left foot back. If you want to, you can place your heel on the floor, so the whole of the left foot's on the floor, either leaving one hand on the chair and taking the left hand to your heart or reaching it out to the side, or you can press into your legs to lift both arms up, really firming the back of your body, opening your chest, lifting in your belly muscles, settling your shoulders down, or bringing your hands to your heart if you'd like to, in your warrior one for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. To come back the way we came, we're going to reach the hands forward to find the chair first, and then peel the left heel off the mat. The right knee stays bent. Bend the left knee forward, bringing it forward, taking the left foot to the block, foot to the floor, stand on both legs, and then straighten the legs. Bend the knees. Let's do it to the right side. So lifting the right heel, right foot on the block, right knee into the air. Step that foot back behind you, toes find the floor, and if you wish to, heel can find the floor. So the whole foot's on the floor. Leave the left hand on the chair if you want to, right hand to heart or reaching out or pressing into the legs, really firming the back of the body and the belly muscles to reach both arms up. Taking a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. The left knee is always bent. We're going to come back the way we came. So hands find the chair first. Peel the right heel off the floor. Bring the right knee forward. And place the foot to the block, foot to the floor. Now we're going to step back into that chair, base downward dog. Giving ourselves a nice little lengthened stretch out through the back of the body. Anything that feels good here? Very nice. And when you're ready, you can walk your feet forward to come into an upright standing position. And we just come out of the practice the way that we came into it. So we'll start from chair pose. Excuse me. We're going to reach the arms out and up. As you breathe in, lengthen through the arms and the legs. As you breathe out, do a little twist to the left. Slightly different breathing on this side. Breathing in, back to the center. Breathing out, twist to the right. Let's do one more to each side. Breathing in, back to the center. Breathing out as you twist. Remember, you can reach for the chair with your front hand. Breathe in, back to the center. Breathing out as you twist. Breathing in, back to the center. Breathe out as you bend over to the left. Breathing in, back to the center, nice and firm through the belly. Breathing out, bend over to the right. You can hold the chair if you need to. Breathe in, back to the center. Breathing out as you bend to the left. Breathe in, back to the center. Breathing out as you bend to the right. Breathe into the center, opening your chest. Breathing out, bringing the hands down to the center of the chest into Namaste. Take one more deep breath in to lift the chest and breathe out as you bring your chin towards your chest. Take a few deep breaths. When you're ready, raising your head, releasing your hands down and making any movements that feel good. Perhaps even having a little swig of water. So that's where our movement practice today finishes. And we're going to move into our breathing and relaxation practice. And I'm really hoping my voice will hold up for that. So just coming to, you can do any other movements that feel good. Perhaps you want to wriggle something out or do a little rolling of the wrists or the ankles. This is the time, of course, to put on an extra layer if you have one to hand. Holy moly. And would like to. So my whole family had a cold last week, and I think perhaps I've just got it. Which is not ideal, but it won't do us any harm. Fortunately, you can't catch anything over Zoom. So please excuse me if I need to lubricate the voice again. We are going to use a mudra today. Actually, I will come towards the camera so that you can see this mudra up close. So mudras are, in this case, Hasta mudra, gesture of the hands. So we are going to use the tip of the little finger and thumb towards each other and all the other fingers long. So if you were a brownie guide, it's very much like the sign for being a brownie guide. And if holding the tip of the little finger and thumb together feels awkward or not strong enough, you can use your thumb to hold the little finger towards the palm of the hand instead. If mudra, this particular mudra, isn't for you, then you don't need to hold it at all. So mudras are gestures, and they're used for energetic effect. So in this case, we are using the gesture for the water element. So this is what we are choosing to do. So if you can, tip of the little finger with the thumb, all of the other fingers extended, but if you need to press that finger towards your palm a little bit more, you can. And here you can rest your hands wherever is comfortable. So it might be palms turned upwards, but the hands closer towards each other. Could be palms turned downwards if you can get that to work for your hands. And we also want to sit really nice and tall at the same time. And we're going to tune into a long, slow, deep breath with our hands in this position. So thinking about the length and the back of your body as you sit, and then softening the shoulders and the face, allowing your breath to fall into a long, slow rhythm. For those of you who are familiar with Ujjayi, the soft snoring ocean breath, then you can practice Ujjayi now. If you're not familiar, don't worry, there are other videos on this channel with the information for that. But a long, deep breath is really all we need here. And as you continue to breathe, allowing your forehead to soften, the area around your eyes to relax, your mouth, tongue, jaw to release, the shoulders to soften down as well. Tuning into the movement of your breath, like the movement of the waves in the ocean. A gentle rise, a gentle fall. You might find this mudra makes it easier to tune into a continuous breath. But if that doesn't come naturally, don't force it. At the end of your next exhalation, just allowing your breath to find its natural rhythm again, falling into quietness and relaxing your hands. Just turning the palms down, noticing the effect in your practice. Perhaps noticing if you feel a little more centered or calm. It might be that you feel other things. That's okay. When you're ready, you can relax your fingers, give them a real wiggle and a wriggle. You might like to interlace the fingers and make movements through the wrists, or a really nice practice to do after mudra. I'm going to step closer to the camera so you can see, is to move the hands by drawing the thumbs and then the other fingers around into the palm, and then other fingers out and thumbs out. So it's just this movement in and out, but done in quite a rhythmic way. And it just feels nice and flowy. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look exactly the same as this. You can do anything that feels good to you. Let's do one more. Awesome. Give them a shake out. Gather your blankets for relaxation. And you can wrap yourself up, or you might like to just rest the blanket over you or around your shoulders, whatever feels right in this moment. And now we can release our weight and our bodies back into our chairs. But if you want to, you could recline by sitting on your sofa or in a comfortable chair or on your bed. Or if you're feeling really fancy, on the floor. Wherever you choose, make sure it's a comfortable position you can easily get up from. When you're ready, you can allow yourself to settle here and bring your body into quietness again. You can turn the head gently from side to side just to ease any residual tension out of the neck and the shoulders. Maybe one more time to each side. And then resting your head back to center, make any final movements that feel good before bringing your body to stillness. Take one long, deep breath in and sigh out through your mouth. Let's do one more like that. Long, deep breath in, and as you exhale, let your body soften back and down. Release all the effort of your practice. As your breath falls back into its natural rhythm, falling into quietness now. Notice your forehead. Allow it to soften, that space between the eyebrows separating, the area around the eyes releasing, your mouth, tongue, jaw, and shoulders relaxing. Allow the whole of the body to feel heavy but warm, supported, softening back and down. Notice the stillness of your body. Enhancing that deeper sense of calm. Notice that the only movement left in your body is your breath. And switch your focus to your breath. Feeling the gentle ebb and flow of the breath. Allowing the body to relax a little deeper with every natural exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back into your hands and your feet by moving your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling the wrists and the ankles. When you feel ready, you might take a deep breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe yawning. My case, cracking every joint I've got. Oh, stretching one side and then the other. Oh. And then in your own time, you can rest your hands wherever they're comfortable, on the lap or at your heart. Lift your crown up and bring the chin towards your chest. Our sacral chakra is governed by the water element, the color orange, the mantra VAM, V-A-M, and it's all about creativity, actual creation, because that's also where in ladies our ovaries and uteruses are, but the sense of creativity that we get, and some of our emotions are here. When it's in balance, we get a joyful enthusiasm for life. So it's a lovely thing to help restore balance to the sacral chakra for this reason. I hope you feel that joyful enthusiasm throughout this week. And I look forward to seeing you next time when you're ready, raising your head and opening your eyes. Namaste.